What does greatness sound like? If you could travel back in time, you'd want to be at Chicago Stadium on May 1st, 1988. The air is electric, the crowd is a roaring sea of red and black, and one man, Michael Jordan, is putting on a clinic. He's at the absolute peak of his powers, dismantling the Cleveland Cavaliers with an unstoppable barrage of scoring. But this night isn't just about the points on the board. No, it's about a budding rivalry, a legend cementing his legacy, and a sneaker that would single-handedly save Nike's partnership with the greatest player of all time. It's Game 2 of the Eastern Conference first round. The Chicago Bulls, led by a young, ferocious Michael Jordan, are facing off against a tough, physical Cavaliers squad. On Jordan's feet, the clean, iconic Air Jordan 3 in the white cement colorway. Tonight, Jordan will hit a playoff high of 54 points. This performance would become one of his 8 career playoff games where he scored 50 or more points, an NBA record that still stands today. This game was a perfect storm of talent, tension, and style, and we're going to break it all down. Before we dive into the on-court action, we have to talk about the shoes. The Air Jordan 3. White cement wasn't just another sneaker. It was a revolution. It changed everything. This was the first Air Jordan designed by the now legendary Tinker Hatfield. He introduced the world to the iconic elephant print, a texture that was unlike anything seen on a basketball court before. He also incorporated the first ever visible air unit on a Jordan shoe, giving it a techie, futuristic feel. But it was more than just looks. The story goes that Michael Jordan was unhappy with the direction of his signature line after the Air Jordan 2. He was seriously considering leaving Nike, with Adidas waiting in the wings. The entire future of the Jordan brand hung in the balance. Then, Tinker Hatfield presented his prototype. Jordan was blown away. The design, the mid-cut silhouette, the premium materials, it was everything he wanted. The Air Jordan 3 didn't just win him over, it saved the entire partnership. The public's reaction was just as enthusiastic. In 1988 alone, approximately 2.5 million pairs of the Air Jordan 3 were sold globally. It became one of the most influential and best-selling basketball sneakers in history, setting the stage for decades of sneaker culture dominance. That night in Chicago Stadium, the shoe's clean white leather and subtle gray elephant print perfectly mirrored Jordan's cool, calm, and collected demeanor as he surgically picked apart the Cleveland defense under the intense pressure of the playoffs. It was the perfect shoe for a perfect performance. Now let's get back to the game. From the opening tip-off, it was clear that Michael Jordan was operating on a different plane of existence. He was in a zone that few athletes ever find. He started with silky smooth fadeaway jumpers that seemed to float in the air forever before swishing through the net. Then came the athletic assaults on the rim, soaring dunks that sent a shockwave through the stadium and impossible acrobatic layups where he seemed to defy gravity, hanging in the air to avoid defenders. MJ was scoring from absolutely everywhere. The Cavaliers, led by talented guards Ron Harper and Craig Elo, threw everything they had at him. They tried double teams. They switched defenders. They played physical, but nothing worked. It was like trying to stop a tidal wave with a bucket. Jordan finished the game with an incredible 54 points on 24 of 45 shooting. Think about that volume and efficiency. But he wasn't just a scorer. He filled the stat sheet, grabbing 6 rebounds, dishing out 3 assists, and making his presence felt on defense with 4 steals. He was a force on both ends of the court, completely dominating the flow of the game. As the clock wound down in the fourth quarter, with the game still tight, Jordan took over. He hit one clutch basket after another, each one a dagger that left the Cleveland defense stunned, and the Chicago crowd in a state of pure ecstasy. He wasn't just playing basketball. He was conducting a symphony of domination, and Chicago Stadium was his concert hall. This performance was also historic because it marked the first time any player had ever scored 50-plus points in back-to-back playoff games, a feat he made look almost effortless. His scoring wasn't just about high volume, it was precise, efficient, and utterly unstoppable. You have to understand the atmosphere to truly appreciate this game. Chicago Stadium, affectionately known as the Madhouse on Madison, was a powder keg, ready to explode. The fans were right on top of the action, and their roars after every Jordan highlight were deafening. They knew they were witnessing a piece of playoff history unfold right before their eyes. This series was also the beginning of a fierce rivalry between the Bulls and the Cavaliers. For the next few years, these two teams would battle it out in the playoffs, creating some of the most memorable moments in NBA history. The Cavs were a hungry, talented team, and they made the Bulls fight for everything. Every basket was contested, every loose ball was a battle, and every turnover was punished. Adding another layer of drama to the rivalry was a comment made by Cavaliers guard Ron Harper. Harper, a great defender in his own right, had missed Game 1 with an ankle injury. After Jordan dropped 50 points in that game, Harper famously told the media that Jordan wouldn't score 50 if I played. Well, Harper was back for Game 2, and what did MJ do? He dropped 55 points. This 54-point performance was the second game in that legendary back-to-back scoring explosion. When asked about the record-breaking feat, Jordan's response was classic MJ. He said, "Records don't matter. Winning matters. Playing as a team matters." This showed his true focus. While the individual brilliance was undeniable, his ultimate goal was to lead his team to victory against a formidable rival in a hostile playoff environment. This game became a pivotal turning point, not just for Michael Jordan the player, but for the entire Jordan brand. The Air Jordan 3, worn during this scoring masterpiece, was instantly immortalized. Fans saw Jordan achieve the impossible in those sneakers, and they wanted a piece of that magic. They rushed to stores, not just to buy a shoe, but to own a piece of his greatness. The sneaker's revolutionary design set a new standard for performance and style, and its massive commercial success solidified Nike's long-term partnership with Michael Jordan. This was the moment that truly sparked the modern era of sneaker culture, where a player's shoe became as iconic as the player himself. Jordan's incredible playoff scoring, combined with the Bulls' gradual rise as a contender, made this game a touchstone moment for basketball fans and sneakerheads alike. It was a perfect fusion of sport and culture. So, let's bring it all back. May 1st, 1988, Chicago Stadium. Michael Jordan, with 54 points, lighting up the scoreboard. And on his feet, the Air Jordan 3, white cement. It's so much more than just a stat line from a box score. It's a legend made tangible. It's a sneaker that transcended the court and became a cultural icon, all because it was worn by a player performing at the highest level of greatness. This night captured the essence of Michael Jordan, the unmatched talent, the fierce competitiveness, and the effortless style. Now I want to hear from you. What do you remember most about this incredible moment in basketball history? Was it the iconic shoes that changed the game forever? Was it the budding rivalry between the Bulls and the Cavs? Or was it just the pure, unreal talent of Michael Jordan on full display? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and if you love these deep dives into epic blends of basketball lore and sneaker storytelling, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe for more. Thanks for watching.